ironed my shirt. You look fine, dude.
You
Look,
even
you got a
ironed your
beanie
shirt?
on.
Really?
Yeah,
No
I
way.
shaved. I even put fucking moisturizer on.
You are kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding you. We
Really?
got to look good. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
we got to look good.
Do you know?
We gotta look
Do
good.
you know? I'm going to say that I did none of those things, and I rolled out the bed and I looked this good.
Well, if you think you look that good,
I do. Look at this complexion. Honestly,
oh, I don't know. Look, you got that little red, like you've been out in the cold or something.
they
Did you watch
photoshopped
it?
my skin
Did you-
off and put it onto babies to look that good.
See, this is what we should be recording right now. This is fucking funny.
Yes. Do you want man grizzly skin?
Do you want baby bum skin for your baby? Get Dom's Dom cream. That sounds so fucking wrong.
Do you want
All right.
36-year-old man baby skin? Then
No, you
use
don't.
Dom cream.
What do you? That's right next to the same aisle as Hasbulla Youthful Cream.
I got a funny story. I have a mystery. I
mean, tell us the story on the Discord. I mean, on the podcast. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
If you
I'm
have a funny,
already recording, mate.
Are you?
I've been
You're
doing
not
things.
recording.
I am.
What? Okay, cool.
I've been
Wait,
doing
so
it
what's
from
the funny
start,
story?
I didn't want to
All right, what's
make sure that you care.
Okay. What's the
So,
story?
I woke up this morning and
Yeah.
I noticed that there are 2 big handprints on my mirror.
Handprints on
Like
your mirror.
this.
Oh, like, was it you? Was you sleepwalking or?
Well, but the other thing is there's a big breath spray on the mirror as well.
Yeah. Was there like a dong
No, there's
marking on?
no dong mark on there. But I
Yeah,
put my hands.
Dom's
I think
dong.
it's. But here's the thing. I think it's my.
Yeah.
It fits my hands. But I didn't put my
Yeah.
hands up at those mirrors.
How did you know it wasn't you? You might have been sleepwalking, or you got up in the middle. You know when you get up in the middle of the night, but you don't remember getting up.
I don't know. I don't remember putting. It's like I feel like there's a Sherlock Holmes mystery in my bedroom right now.
Oh, it's elementary, dear Watson.
Yes. Hello.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
Do you know
That
it's
was
really
fucking funny.
shit? Because my surname is Watts, and of course, whenever we used to play Sherlock Holmes at school,
What?
I was always
Yeah.
Watson. Like I could never be Sherlock Holmes.
You would never be Sherlock Watson.
Sherlock,
That sounds
no.
fucking Sherlock Watson.
I
Yes,
just-
Watson.
This is like typical. This is so British. You know what British?
Yeah.
What did you play as a British child? Oh, we played Sherlock Holmes and Watson and discovered mysteries.
Can I ask a question? Because seeing I'm Australian, what the fuck is Sherlock Holmes? How you play that?
Sherlock Holmes.
You
so
just do.
you'd run around and try and solve mysteries that you found.
Okay, because we never really did that. We just like looked for lizards and
Throwed
snakes
rocks at
and
each
shit,
other.
and throw rocks at each other,
Yeah.
call each
Doing-
other names.
Doing drills in case emus invaded a small local
Yeah,
town.
mate. As the emus came, there was the local CFS siren would go off and warn us. And, hunker down, kids. We climb underneath. Yeah, it'd be like that. We'd climb underneath our beds, shivering, holding on to our loved ones. The emus are coming. It was like a scene from Jurassic Park where you see the legs, and you're trying to hunker down. It comes charging at you.
Suddenly, hiding in an oven, like.
Yeah. And you're trying to get into the elevator shaft. There's fucking emus jumping at you.
Do you eat emu eggs in Australia?
You can. I've never tried one, but I tried emu meat, and it was tough as nails. It was disgusting. It was really disgusting. You know what? The fat content of the emu is like really strong. I know someone who actually like was hunting emus and killed them and ate them, and he liked the meat. But he had a jar of emu fat, right? And guess what? It actually secreted through the glass of the jar.
What?
It went through the glass. He said he's never, because he would collect animal fat and like use it to cook like for frying and stuff, like frying meat. And he did it with emu fat, and he's never seen it before in his entire life. It would secrete through the glass of the jar. And he had like kangaroo fat, he had wild boar fat, he had rabbit and all that sort of stuff. I don't know, you wouldn't get much fat out of rabbit, but he collected fat. I know this sounds sick, but he tried animal fats to cook which one was the best one to cook with.
Yeah.
And he got emu fat, and it secreted through the glass. And he said he's never seen that ever in his entire life. He said it was really weird.
that's like Hollywood is
That
missing
is
out a treat.
that's
right
some
now.
Hollywood is missing out. He's tried the eggs. He didn't like them, and he said the meat's okay, but you got to mix it with something else. It's not the best. I've tried emu meat, and it's tough as nails. It's gamey. I've eaten kangaroo. Kangaroo's all right, but that's not too bad.
We have
kangaroo's all right.
Who does kangaroo? Who needs Halloween X when you've got emu fat in a jar coming?
Emu fat in a jar, and it's like the movie The Blob, and it just comes out of the jar and then comes after you.
Yeah.
If the emus won't get you, the emu fat will.
Emu fat. Darling, did you put the fat on the outside of the jar? No. Oh my god.
Oh my god, it's coming out of the jar. It's some crazy shit. You know, that's what gets me is like, you know, you think about like if you look at Australia's animals, like the platypus, like how drunk was that duck to fuck that beaver? Like
they're poisonous as well, aren't they?
And well, the male is poison. He's got like a spur on the back of his leg, and if he gets you, you won't die, but you get really sick and you'll feel like fucking shit.
Yeah.
But they're really cool. They're really cool animals. I've never seen that one wild, but they're very rare now. They're getting so rare right now. They're dying off.
I watched a TikTok with blue sea slugs. I'd never seen anything like it. I thought it was a joke. And then apparently they eat man o' war. And then because when they eat the poison, they actually concentrate the toxin of a man o' war and then sting you. And, you know, you end up very ill.
Isn't that crazy, the animal kingdom? It just adapts to its environment.
Yeah, I think it's the man o' war isn't even one thing. It's like a whole. Apparently, it's like a collection of.
What the fuck is a man o' war again?
It's a giant jellyfish. Portuguese.
Oh yeah. Okay, I remember them. Oh, because like in Australia, we got the little blue ring octopus. If you touch that, it'll fuck your day job. And our box jellyfish, if they hit you, if they sting you, it burns like shit. You gotta piss on yourself to get rid of the sting. Apparently, it's that bad.
So when I was younger,
I think
someone threw a jellyfish at the side of my face, and it burnt the side of my cheek, and
Jesus Christ!
I looked like a Star Trek Voyager character for like.
I thought he's the Elephant Man. I'm not an animal.
I'm not
an animal. I'm a human being. I'm not an animal. Speaking of animals, I see your cat doing fucking cartwheels in the back there.
Yeah, he's in his little nest.
He's in his little element. Yeah, I've locked mine out. Because I knew they were in the Yeah, Opie dug up my carpet this morning.
Did he?
Because I shut the door and I didn't know he was in here. So he was laying in here and he tried to get out. And he's like, you know what? And so I went through my door and I couldn't get through my door again. And he's standing there. He said, you little bastard. And he's like, because he'll get his claws. He'll just rip up the carpet. So rip the carpet out.
Yeah.
Little asshat. But that's my fault. I should have locked him in here. I didn't know he was in here.
Little Noxie, my smallest one, is our carpet ripper. He's ripped up every doorway with his claws. Because if the door's shut, he's like, is someone in there?
You got vinegar and pepper?
I don't want season my doors.
No. No, honestly, trust me. If you get a spray bottle, put some vinegar in there and pepper, dilute it together with a bit of water, and spray it near where he does it. Because cat's got a high sense of smell, he'll sniff and go, fuck that area, and he will leave it alone.
And then my house will smell like a fish and chip shop.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind that. Would you rather have it smell like fish and chip shop? Or cat's balls.
He doesn't rub his balls on the poor guy. Doesn't have any balls.
Well, that's probably a good thing. You don't want it to smell like emu fat either.
I was going to say, does your friend like have a collection of cat testicles and see if they?
No. I'm not that I'm aware of. I hope not. Maybe those balls will come out of the jar.
Maybe the balls come.
Excuse me. Eric, did that cat seem to secrete out of the jar by itself? I don't know. I might have gave it some help.
No. Oh, man. I see that the ball-eating testicles is resurging again. It came through my TikTok feed the other day.
Oh, ball eating.
Yeah.
I heard it's really popular in San Francisco.
Yeah. I just don't know how you go, I know I'm going to start eating testicles.
I've eaten sheep's testicles.
Yeah, I've eaten sweetmeats, which are lamb and pigs and stuff, but they were cooked, and I don't eat a giant bollock every morning for breakfast with butter and dark chocolate.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat it raw. I don't eat that shit raw.
Yeah.
It's not. I think you need to have cooked meats because there's something that, like, you know, like the Liver King, for instance, when he eats liver raw, you can't eat that shit raw. It's not good for you because there's certain chemicals. Well, not only that, there's also chemicals in the liver that you have to cook out of its system. You know, so that's why, when you have those broths and stews, you see like intestines and livers and stuff like that get really cooked for long periods of time because you've got to cook the germs and the bacteria out of it. You're eating bacteria. It's not healthy.
Yeah, well, so you're eating some other animal's microbiome, I would presume.
Pretty much, yeah. You're eating their bile, you're eating all their crap and disgusting shit. I mean, that's what you're eating. So the Liver King is a dumb fuckwit. I'm amazed he's still alive, but he's fake anyway. Like everyone's, since all the controversy about him. Yeah, look, I do steroids. Yeah, mate, we could tell. Look at those nipples; they're about to burst off your chest.
I mean, to be fair, going down the road.
He looks good though. I mean,
the guy works his bollocks off. Like,
oh yeah, I'm not going to give him shit on that, but embrace it. If you say take the roids, take it. Don't be a liar.
The scam behind it, not even a scam. Everyone knew, but just like.
Yeah,
ignorance is bliss, as it were.
Yeah. Well, the whole health industry is a sham. If you look at all the influencers and stuff with their fake padded buttocks and bloody photoshopping crap, I mean, it's just ridiculous. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Well, you should, because
my
like you
are not padded.
They better not be, because like I paid good money for those OnlyFans pics, and if it's any padding or photoshopping, I'm going to be seriously upset.
Oh man, I went to the gym this week. I went to the gym all this week, and oh god, my ass really hurts. It's
Look, what you do in your private time is your business.
Well, yeah, thank you. Don't judge me.
Yeah,
Why?
My ass only hurts because I'm eating spicy stuff too much this week.
Oh man, I don't know what it is, but as I've got older, and I still don't know if I was blaming COVID or just the fact that I'm getting older, is my taste for spice has changed massively. When I was younger, it wasn't that I didn't enjoy it, I just couldn't tolerate it. And now as I've got older,
but now you're older, you love it. Yeah.
Like sometimes I'm just like, this food's so mild. Here, can you put some nuclear hot chili on it, and then But unfortunately, my asshole is still very much like.
Sensitive, yeah.
Yes.
Because, like, honestly, because you got to remember, when you eat something, it's just as hot coming out. When I eat, like, if I'm eating, like, red hot chilies and stuff like that, like, the dried chilies, like, you break it up and you put it on your food, those flakes, if I'm eating that, it's going to be pain arsehole central. Like, my butthole is going to feel like it's just French kissed a flamethrower. It's going to be bad.
Oh my god!
It is really bad, and you're sitting there, and your shits just feel like you're just pooping out hot oil.
I always find I think hot oil is the best analogy because it just doesn't. It's not like it's one and done. It's like it's persistent. It's like any remnants of any flame thrower chili is like it makes you sweat. And
then I love a good poo though. Like when you get up in the morning, and the first thing you want to do, you feel your stomach's doing that thing. It's like, it's time to sit like 30 minutes. Look at a few memes, maybe some little bit of some stories, some articles, and just let off a good old big cable, ready to drop a big cable.
I wish I had cable. 30 minutes to sit and look at some memes on the toilet.
Yeah, but you can't rush these things. Or at least 10-15 minutes at least. If it's work day, maybe 10-15 minutes. I get up extra early.
Don't want to get a hernia.
No. You don't want to strain it, because that's how you do get a hernia. Yeah. Oh,
none of that. Oof.
I've had that.
That's bad.
Yep. I've had piles as bad. And what is it with the doctors? Do you notice that?
What?
Wherever you are I will tell you a story. This is a true story. I had piles, okay, everybody? I had piles. It's a common thing. Don't judge.
Yeah.
And I went to the doctors, and they said, right, bend over. There was one doctor. right? So there's one doctor. I'm in my most vulnerable position. I had to go lay on the table on my side, tuck in my meat, my tackle and berries,
Right, yeah.
and he's in there having a little prod around the old ringer, and I made sure it was all clean. And I said to him, "Just make sure you're looking at my good side, all right?" I said, "I thought I'd make some humor, break the light in the mood." The door opens. It's the assistant, the secretary. Sorry, there's an important. So she saw my ringer. And then another doctor comes in. He's a trainee doctor. He says, "Oh, do you mind if he watches?" I said, "Why don't you just bring everybody who's in the waiting room right now to come in?" That's what I said to him. I said, "Why don't you just bring everybody?" And he said, "Oh no, I don't mean." I said, "No, let everyone look at my asshole right now. Let's bring. Let's get everyone here." And he said, "Oh no, if you don't want to." I said, "No, if he wants to have a look." And I said to him, "Dude, would you like to look at my butthole right now?" And he goes, "Oh well, I am training." I said, "Well, come and have a good look because it might be the last arsehole you get to see."
And this is how they came up with the script for the new Lord of the Rings Sauron model,
Saruman was right at my freckle. But, that was exciting. And then I had to, he did the old business, and that was very uncomfortable. And then I had to go home and have a hot bath with the bath salts.
Yeah.
And that was, and it really worked wonders. But,
there you go.
I mean, there's some crazy shit there. There you go. You go, sharing a little intimate stories just for you guys.
Wow. I don't think I have a counter on my butthole of how many people have seen my ring piece, but maybe I should.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Who needs social media stats? I'm just going to have butthole seen by.
Just do that. Like, that could be the next big thing. Look at buttholes.
Yeah. Today.
I'm down to look, but the only problem is if you watch too much, you might get pink eye.
Pink eye.
Have you been watching buttholes again? What makes you say that? Your eyes are swollen. Oh, maybe.
Whenever I hear pink eye, one is I think it's South Park. And
I was just thinking the same thing. Was it Kenny who had pink eye? Was it Kenny?
Yeah, and they comes back as a zombie because he experiments.
Good old Kenny.
And then they blame it all on pink eye.
Is South Park still on?
Yeah, still going. They went down.
I haven't watched it in years.
So if I want to know what's been going on in the world, I will watch South Park because it is the best snapshot in comedy sense of what has been happening. But
they do such a great parody of it. Like, they take the piss out of it. They do a good job.
They can produce. I think they produce an episode in a week. They do it on a week by week basis, so that it's they get the freshest imprint.
I've seen how they do it. Like, they just get together and they just write it all out and voice it. It's just crazy how they process it all. They're pretty clever though.
But they've got they're incredibly. I highly recommend anyone to read into their writing processes and watch any documentaries on like how they present information, because they've got some really, really good theories on how to make things interesting and funny.
They're still relevant.
Yeah, very
well, they're still relevant. Like, you look at Simpsons right now. Simpsons aren't as relevant anymore. I mean, Simpsons, each season is just going down more of the gurgle. I haven't watched New Simpsons in years.
No, I haven't. I should probably binge it at some point.
I love the Simpsons. Like, the early seasons of the Simpsons were great, but then they were stretching it. I think I stopped watching around season 10 or 11 or 12 maybe. But it was a good series.
I like a good. I mean, I liked Family Guy for a huge amount of time, but I haven't really been following that ever since.
Yeah, I used to watch a lot of Family Guy. Now I watch Family Guy shorts on either TikTok or Instagram, and that's my family. And same thing with American Dad. Like, I used to watch American Dad, but that's the same thing. It's just same. I think it's the same run-in jokes. And I think his humor is good. Is it what's his name? Is it Seth MacFarlane who did? Is that the creator? Who's the creator of Family Guy? Is it Seth MacFarlane? I know it's MacFarlane something, isn't it?
I think it's definitely Family Guy creator. Let's have a look. Family Guy creator. Seth MacFarlane, yeah.
Yeah. His humor, I think, is good for the small screen, like 20, 30 minutes of it. But when he makes a movie, it's a hard stretch. I didn't like Ted. I didn't think Ted was that great. Hey?
Apparently got cancelled.
What? Family Guy?
Yeah.
What, just now?
Yeah.
We got some news.
They cancelled it in 2002. Well, I'll be. The rating
Family
dropped
Guy?
too low. Yeah.
I thought Family Guy was still around.
No, Family Guy is gone. It went cancelled
Really?
last year. Yeah. But he
They
also
did 21.
Robot Chicken is probably my favourite though.
They did 21 seasons of it.
Yeah. Was it 21 seasons?
Yeah, 21 seasons. And it was from. Till September 25th of last year.
Oh.
1999 it started until now, September 25th of last year.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah. They have it.
Robot Chicken's great. I love Robot Chicken.
Speaking of cancelling, let's sort of segue into good old Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, that's the hot topic right now. That's what everyone wants to hear about is Harry Potter. Well, Hogwarts Legacy in it.
Yes. Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy, as I like to call it. I don't know. I
Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Dilemma.
Harry Potter. It got over 350k current players within a day.
It hit, was it? Yeah, I see. It hit. It was the most watched single player game in history on Twitch too.
Yeah.
1.4 million viewers when it was released.
There are so many Potter fans outside of gaming.
Oh, of course.
And I think this is like what people underestimate is that, for people, like all of a sudden there are people who want to get into gaming because of all the
of Hogwarts, yeah. Of Harry Potter itself. Like, you think about it, you got a massive book franchise, right? That people watched or were reading, and then people who probably didn't read the books watched the movies and they became fans, then started reading the books.
Yeah.
And then you think about it, in the next 20 years from now on, there'll still be Harry Potter fans. It's going to be, it'll still be relevant like Star Wars is, and Star Trek. It's just a new franchise that's just going to go with every age group. Like, it will be passed down from generation to generation, and it'll be on different platforms. It'll be a book. There's already talks about making different movies. They might even remake the original Harry Potter movies.
I've heard about the potential remake. I don't see how they could do it because, he was, I think, Daniel, what's his face, was so iconic for the role, and the fact that he was
great.
Yeah.
He was great. If they did do it, maybe a TV series.
Really?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if they did do it and they started Hogwarts, or maybe Harry Potter, maybe they make a continuation because, like, he obviously has kids.
Yeah, well, there is the post. There's the theatre.
Yeah, the post theatre. Yeah.
I can't remember what it's called, something Thorn or something. But I've played the game is incredibly detailed, and
I've seen some of the gameplay. It looks really good.
And it's fun. My only thing so far is I thought I would try and do all the side missions and bits and pieces and all those, and I've got to a point where now I'm like death by chit chat. There's like so much dialogue, and it's not all that really. It's not that.
Is it like Mass Effect? Is it like Mass Effect dialogue though, where it gives you multiple choice of what you can choose, or is it just like it'll tell you to do something and then you have to go and do that mission?
So you'll talk to people and there'll be like the main dialogue to talk through, but there'll be like extra bits of dialogue you can ask about. And so far they haven't unlocked. They don't unlock additional things. They just answer additional questions. And of course I have to click on them all because I'm like, oh well, maybe they'll do something. But so far it hasn't. And there are some quite interesting puzzles around there. I'm running it on the high fidelity mode, so making it look as pretty as possible. It doesn't run the smoothest at the moment, so I might just take. Is that on
the PS? Are you playing on the PS5? Because I'm not too familiar with its features of the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, so it's PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
So PlayStation, the next gen consoles, they generally have a couple of modes. They've got performance mode, and then they have like high fidelity, which would be like I think.
Similar to the Xbox. Yeah.
And then go from there. But And like, there's some weird issues with the camera and controls and stuff. So it's not the smoothest experience, but what they don't make up in like controls and combat, it is world building is phenomenal, and also all the characters that you pick have voice acting for them. Like, it's not like you're just this silent person who gets spoken.
Or a generic voice, when it's like a generic voice, they've actually put emotions to it.
No, your character has like, and you build your character around different profiles and stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty impressive.
I don't know how many there are, but it's okay. But I like it. But the whole spoilers thing as well has been driving me mad off the back of it, because I posted a TikTok about the fact that, people who spoilers, I think in terms of murder-inducing rage, spoilers I feel are right up there in terms of pissing me off. I've had it happen to me. Mate. I was when Red Dead Redemption 2 came out, I was really excited to play the game, and I streamed it, and I was streaming the game, I was playing it, really enjoying it, and I had a person come in and tell me the end, and I read it before it was deleted, because you're reading a chat, and then I couldn't play that game for ages. I just got back into the game because I thought, okay, look, everyone knows what's going on, people who spoil things for other people just to be an absolute wanker, deserve a good foot up the ass, or a kick to the Adam's apple, a spinning roundhouse kick to the face, because that's just really pure dumb fuckery shit to do. Local angry Australian man roundhouse.
Roundhouse kicks
spoiling Harry Potter.
Roundhouse kicks 15-year-old virgin who lived in his mum's basement for ruining Harry Potter. You piece of shit! How'd you get in here? Is that your peanut butter and jam? Yeah.
I'm a 36-year-old virgin living in my.
Well, mate, there's nothing virgin about you. Come on, it's okay. We know.
I'm
it's
pure
good.
as the German snow.
No, you're not. You're not. Look, look, the people are going to find out how dirty and filthy you are, and they're going to find out how dirty, filthy I am too. It's just, I am.
Doctors.
Yeah.
The studio.
Yeah, they know about the whole half of the town knows about my arsehole.
Brown.
I mean, it's probably on. It's on Facebook. I mean, it was the arsehole of the month.
He's the only
my third eye, my brown eye.
he can wink with 3 eyes.
I can wink with 3 eyes, but honestly, do one thing though. Next time you go to doctors,
I'm not showing my asshole to the lobby.
No. No. What I want you to do though, I don't care. The doctor, just say, "Hey doc, can you just check my balls for me? Get them to check your testicles, and as they're down there touching your testicles, just run your fingers through the side of their hair."
I have a female doctor who does my bollocks for me.
Okay, maybe not. Yeah, I mean, have some old grizzly dude do it. Just run your fingers through the side.
And I'm not saying anything, but there's something she's ever so friendly, and I haven't a good play, but she always does it barehanded. She doesn't put gloves on, which I always thought was a bit...
Really? She should put gloves on. Yeah, sorry.
She just washes her hands and does it with bare hands.
But she's not doing this afterwards.
No, she's not
finger
licking her fingers. But biting her lips seductively.
When she's touching your balls and go, oh.
Yeah.
Dom, can you cough for me? And she just quivers a little bit. Oh.
Have you your doctor does sniff your balls, right?
No, he licks them and everything.
No, seriously, does he not?
He licks my dick. He licks my dick and does the old shaft licking and everything. It's great. And then his wife walks in and fucking runs the whole thing. Sniffs my balls, no. Oh. Is that a thing that you do in UK?
Yeah, my doctor gives my balls a bit of a sniff. She's like...
she's doing the old, he's washed himself today for me. That's good. Does she lock the door?
Well, obviously, you don't want anyone coming in.
Well, how come my fucking doctor didn't? I had my arsehole there and everyone's walking in.
I don't know.
Listen, I need a few minutes with Dom. I'm just going to lock this door. I'm going to sniff his balls and touch them.
My doctor doesn't sniff my balls, but she does always do my nut inspection with no gloves, which I thought was a bit weird. But I'm not really.
You know what? My doctor did the same thing, to be honest, and he was a man.
Hands.
No. What do you mean no hands? What's he going to do?
I mean, no.
Look, just put your balls on my elbow.
What? No, yeah, no.
He didn't have gloves on. No, and it freaked me the fuck out, and I told him off.
Maybe that's fine. I ain't got an issue. I guess that's a male. Is that a heterometric? Is that a heterosexual thing, or just?
That was just my. Look.
If it was a lady with bare hands,
if a lady was bare hands, I would not give two shits.
Yeah.
Right, but when it's another dude, I'm like, hey, come on, man. Put some gloves on, all right?
Yeah.
But then I ran my fingers through his hair and was all good.
I'm not running my hair through my doctor's.
Baka chicka wow wow.
Yeah.
Baka baka wow wow. Put on some porn music. Get like a red hanky. Put it over a lamp. Put on some mood music. You ready to go? All right, yeah. You ready to touch my balls? Make sure you got those gloves off.
This makes me think you wander around with a red handkerchief in your pocket all the time.
Oh, you always got to be prepared. You always got to be prepared. You never know where there's going to be a lamp near the bedside cabinet.
Yeah. That
needs a little bit of mood lighting.
Pull out a Walkman, me and a little.
Put it a Walkman. Hey, I got some Careless Whisper on the 8-track.
Yeah, it's like the whirring of the motor, and
then. Yeah. Wow, wow. So, back to Hogwarts. We got diverted there quick.
Just a tad.
Yeah, that's okay. I know because we're talking about
doctors with bare hands and Hogwarts Legacy have in common.
Yeah, that could be the title of the podcast. Doctors touching your balls while playing Hogwarts.
But
I think that'll be a total catcher. How to have your balls? Has your balls been touched by your doctor barehanded? If so, please comment down below. That could be the next short for Basic Blokes.
There we go.
Basic balls from Basic Blokes.
Basic balls.
Oh my fuck! We should change the name of the group. Basic Balls. Basic Blokes with Basic Balls talking about basic
doctors. Basic balls being touched gloveless. Cool.
Have your balls been touched by another man's hand who was your doctor? If you think about it, in this day and age, though, like, would that be considered harassment? Because, like, you know, when people are doing sex scenes now in Hollywood, like, they have someone there to physically show them how to touch each other without touching each other.
Yeah.
So they have to put on like those little cups and covers and stuff like that, which is really fucked up. But back in the day, they would just go on their bare ass naked and just do the scene. But now it's like, you know.
I think I would imagine it would come down to actor per actor but with Hollywood and the hideous amount of sexual abuse that came out of the woodwork, it is no surprise.
I don't think I'd want to do a sex scene with anyone.
Yeah.
Unless it was Jack Black, you know, because I know he'd be like, Shapowie! At the end. If he just goes, Shabam! At the end, I'll be happy. I know he'd be happy.
I ain't seen Jack Black in ages. He started a gaming channel a little while ago.
With his son. It was great. It was a really good channel, but I think he just got too busy. You know, he's just silly. You know, he's a movie star, so God knows he's got a movie star, musician.
Yeah.
He has so much on his plate, but that was a really cool thing he did with his son.
Yeah, I remember it was.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it
was really cool
anymore.
Yeah.
Good old I don't know what he's doing. I haven't seen him in. I know he does a lot of voiceover stuff and bits and pieces.
Yeah. What was that game he did? Where is the metalhead?
Rock something.
Ages of Rock or something? Was that Rock of Ages or something like that? I don't know. Yeah, that was a great game. And it just didn't sell. It just did not sell.
Did it
didn't do, but it didn't do that well because people just
I remember I got it on Humble Bundle. I thought it got like good reviews.
It got great reviews, just no one bought it.
Fair enough. Are you going to buy Alan Wake 2?
Brutal Legends, sorry, it was.
Brutal Legends. There you go. Yeah, I watched a playthrough of that. I didn't actually play it myself.
9 out of 10 on Steam. It got 8 out of 10 on Internet Movie Database, which is weird.
Yeah.
It came out in 2009, but yeah, it didn't do too well. But there's always this talk about him doing another Rock of Ages.
Okay.
Which I would love to see personally. I think Rock of Ages 2 would be amazing.
Yeah, I guess. But then they'd almost have to do a full reboot of it because no one played the first one.
Yeah.
Are you going to play Alan Wake 2?
Oh, hell yeah, definitely. I love the first one. Did you play the first one?
I did not play the first one, no, but I've watched it.
I
love the concept
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I like how it was like... It was all this talk about the lighting effects when it was first mentioned, Alan Wake, and then it caught my attention because I like survival horror games if they're done well.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of the Resident Evil series. So, well, the first couple of Silent Hill games I enjoyed. So when I heard about Alan Wake, I was like, wow, this looks really interesting. It looks really good. And I like how you can use light as a weapon.
Yeah.
So it was a great game. It was really good. I bought the DLC, everything. I even replayed it recently a couple of years back because there was like they remastered it or something. And I tried it out and it's like, this is really good. Great voice acting, great atmosphere, and Remedy, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to do a great job again. So,
yeah, they had.
I think it'll be really good. Yeah, it will be really good.
Have done anything bad?
Oh yes, they have. Yeah, they have. They have done something really bad. Yes.
Remedy
Well, Remedy did this. I'm pretty sure Remedy did Crossfire X's single player campaign.
Yeah, they did.
And it was shit house.
It was what? It was bad.
It was terrible, man. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Oh.
And that game is actually getting cancelled. Like it's one of the games that are being shut down in May.
Wasn't it they just like, leased them out or something?
Remedy Entertainment are in charge of creating a single-player campaign for Crossfire X and bringing years of Crossfire lore to life in Crossfire X.
Yeah.
I played about 2 hours of the campaign, and it felt like it was something made in 2007. It was really... It did have like these weird dream sequences, but it just felt so out of place out of the game because I feel like I'm expecting like an action-packed single-player campaign, not these weird dream-like sequences. It just felt really out of place. So the characters were very generic. The voice acting was generic. Oh, there was a couple of nice moments in it, but for a company like Remedy Entertainment had such a good catalog of good games, it was just like a misfire. I just feel like they just took a paycheck and thought, okay, we'll just add something on there.
Is Crossfire actually played by anyone? I keep hearing about it.
I've played it. Like, mate, when the beta came out, I was super excited for this game because, like, you had like 2 game modes. You had like your modern game mode where you can aim down sights, and then you had your classic game modes like Counter-Strike, where it's the crosshairs. Yeah. So you're giving you 2 options of gameplay, but the problem is it was buggy. And then they were saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to release it." And when they finally released it, it was like, this is worse than the beta. It was really bad. It had a really bad launch, and it put a lot of it put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, and me included. So I put it down for a while. I came back to it, and I thought, okay, this has gotten better, and it did get better, but I think it was just too little, too late. And that's the problem with a lot of these games are coming out because they're under pressure to be released. I get it, but the problem is people want good stuff. Simple as that. They want a good game. Like Elden Ring is not my type of game, but when people are saying, "Oh, mate, this is really good. There's like hardly any issues with it. It's a 100% fully completed game." Of course, that game's going to get hyped up, and word of mouth is going to be spread around saying, "Oh, mate, I played this game. It was really, really good. Ran well." People want that. We just want a perfectly running game that we paid for full price on the day of release. We don't want a 50 gig update. We want something to play on the day with no patches, no weekly fixes because something's not working at the problem. And I get it, a multiplayer game will obviously consist of more problems, but I'm willing to wait another year once you tweak all that shit out if I get a perfectly good game.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, with the whole thing with Crossfire, right, is that if they have if you have a game with a perfectly good multiplayer concept or just a part of it that is really, really strong, Like, why feel the need to like then add all the other modes? Like, you consistently see it. It's like when Battlefield like came out, they decided to put in a battle royale mode for it, etc., and then they decided to put in a single player mode, and it's like, why? But I don't care. I don't go, Battlefield, I want that for the single player. I want that for the multiplayer. Like, I
think people just want more bang for their buck because, like, I mean, I'm happy to pay full price for a game if I know that the product I'm getting, that you're guaranteeing me, is going to work fully, right? No half-ass. And you're right about that. Like, the problem is you're getting too many people putting too many fingers in too many pies. But that's the problem. The problem that we have right now with the gaming industry is, like, everyone's trying to emulate the popularity of one game, and not just the popularity, the money. Like Fortnite, Call of Duty are making like, look at Call of Duty now. It's copied everything that Fortnite did with the Battle Royale, and now it's huge. It's a monster franchise. Like, it was a monster franchise before, but now it's getting money not just out of its Warzone. It's getting money out of its multiplayer. It's making a ton of bank. It's making tons of money. Even when the game's not doing well, like Vanguard came out, and people were complaining about it. But Vanguard still became one of the biggest selling games of that year.
Yeah.
It was, it didn't do as well as the other COD games, but still kicked a lot of, generated a lot of money.
The thing with like the Call of Duty series is that it's backed by a long legacy of, its name. It's
of course, it's a brand. Okay. It's like Coca-Cola and Pepsi. You're buying the name. You're guaranteed, whether you like it or not, there's going to be something there that you're going to like. But it's trying to cater to as many audiences as it has now. And now you've got the new BR audience who just play BR. But then you've got the old dogs like me who like multiplayer, but I also like a story. I like the campaigns. I actually like the campaigns, and I like that. And then you've got the other people who just love zombies. They're catering to a massive amount of audiences, and it's really business savvy. It's really clever business marketing. You got people who say, I don't like Call of Duty, but they see the story and go, oh, the story looks really good. I mean, but they're willing to fork out money for the story, and they buy it.
Maybe this is just something I don't have scope of, because I just never think, Call of Duty. Like, back in the day I did. I enjoyed the single player. But now I don't ever go, oh, I want to play the
couple of campaigns have been good.
I haven't played a single one. And
I played the new one, Modern Warfare 2. I'm on the last chapter. I haven't finished it yet. But I finished Cold War. I like that. And I did most of Vanguard. I didn't mind that as well. I've done nearly all the campaigns of all of them. And I've enjoyed, because like I like to, like, sometimes I like to just get familiar with, because like I also think people want to know about the lore of this particular multiplayer. What's the lore behind this? And so they go, because like when Black Ops 4 came out, I felt like that was missing a campaign. It needed a campaign because like you had all these colorful characters, but they were just skins. I think it's cool when you have like a campaign, a story mode to it. But that's just me.
I enjoyed that. I got a lot of bang for my
Black Ops 4 was great. Yeah, Black Ops 4 was really good. I just found that some of the maps were kind of shit. I didn't like some of the maps. I thought they were terrible.
But
I like the zombies.
24/7 wasn't for you.
Nuke 24/7 is like on every Call of Duty. I mean, if it ain't broken, why fix it? I'll just keep pumping out the same maps. But
I mean, that is Nuke shipment. They've just put Dome back in there as well, I believe.
Yeah, Dome's a cool map. It's a good map.
Yeah, and I just feel like a lot of companies aren't doing one thing really, really well, or if they do one thing really, really well, then they do it in a market that just isn't going to be optimally healthy. Like, look at Rumbleverse, for example. It was a really novel idea, etc. But aesthetically, it looked like Fortnite. It was built on, that whole Battle Royale engine. It was a part of the Epic family. And I just I know hindsight's 2020, but you look back and you go, did you, maybe it wouldn't be Fortnite numbers, but what part did they think that this was going to scale, going to be like the next Rocket League or something? I think there's too many attempts to kind of share the pie of something that is very, very competitive, and where the competitors are there, they're doing it really, really well. Look at Fortnite, for example. They're updating the game every week with new stuff.
Because they've got the money in the back. Yeah, but they've got the money behind them. Like, like if you look at Epic. Like Epic did the most smartest thing in the world. It got a game mode, because that's what BR is. It's a game mode. It's not a genre. It's not like, but it's becoming more of a. It was a game mode that was developed in DayZ, and then it started with PUBG, and then H1Z1, and then Fortnite. But remember when Fortnite came out?
Yeah,
it was just this co-op mode. It was just and then its side mode was the battle royale.
Yeah.
And then the battle royale just took off, and they just said, right, well, fuck this main thing that we're doing. This is obviously making us money. It's making us revenue. And they knew where it was. And now Epic is like one of the biggest companies in the world, because they went with it. And they know, okay, sometimes one season not as popular as the other, but they learn from that. They go, okay, big robots don't work. We're not going to bring them back. Fuck that shit. All right. But the quad bikes were cool. But people like the bikes. Oh, people like these special abilities. So they get all that information, see what people like, and people have been asking for no builds. Now we've got no builds. Now you've got people who are always curious about Fortnite and now playing fucking Fortnite. You know how many of my friends never wanted to play Fortnite because it's got that Minecraft shit. I don't want to fucking build a bloody. He's going to build a Taj Mahal in front of me before I can shoot at him. You know, I had friends like that, but now they're all playing Fortnite, and these are guys who were just die-hard S&D Call of Duty players, and now playing fucking Fortnite, because Fortnite knows how to tap into multiple markets. It's business. It's just business savvy.
Yeah,
and same thing with Call of Duty. It did the same thing. It said, okay, we want to get some of those Fortnite fans. They did the same thing. Here's our BR. Check it out, BR. We're no cartoony stuff. Be something cool and badass and realistic with a sniper and machine guns, and be on top of tall buildings and stuff like that. So they're stealing from each other's audiences, and it's really clever. But like, you got to give kudos to Call of Duty and Fortnite.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, they you know, regardless of the fact that they got money behind them, they're doing it
hell
well.
Yeah.
Like, and
they're doing it well, and that's why they're the top dogs. Yeah.
So anyone coming in is like, this is what I said, like the diversity of, like, is it easy to say, oh, well, they need to come up with new ideas, and you know, because like, well, what do those ideas look like? If I was a betting man, I would say that there is going to be a push towards cooperative PvE battle royale
survival
games. Like
I agree.
Thing, you know,
like Tarkov, right now, like even Call of Duty's copying that right now.
Even
the DMZ
DMR mode, or DMZ, where it is.
Yeah, it's really good. I love it.
I think there's going to be like a battle royale mode where you just survive against hordes of enemies together. Like, you don't, like, you take away the whole sweatiness of like what everyone else is, you know, trying to kill you or whatever, and you're just trying to survive, you know, to the very end. Because, like, I mean, the reason why no build works is because they saw a market of like people who were like, oh, well, I don't like the building. I don't have the time to do that. I just want something really simple, but is really fun. And then they appealed to them, and it's just like I think
the casual gamer. That's who you want to appeal to. You want to like you have a family, right? You have a family household, right? But the son or daughter plays Fortnite, and the mum and dad look at that game and go, oh, well, I'm going to stick with just playing my my games like The Sims or something like that. And then they say, oh, well, mum and dad or their brother or sister or whoever is in their household say, look, we've got Fortnite now, but there's a no build mode where you can just go in there and shoot people. And they go, okay, I'll give that a try. Boom, it's done. So that's the problem. That's why, like, Rumbleverse was just the same mode.
Yeah.
There was nothing else. Because the people go in there will try it and go, oh, I don't like this. What other modes are on there? Oh, that's it. Oh, well, fuck that. If they had Rumbleverse, because like obviously these were wrestlers, and they had maybe a co-op mode, like if they had a co-op mode where you could get a team of wrestlers to go and fend off a section of maybe other wrestlers who were PvE characters, that would have been really cool. But if you got to give people variety. If you don't give people variety, people will move on to the next thing, or they'll go back to the previous thing.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a push towards games that don't punish the working person for not being able to play a game 24/7.
Yeah, exactly.
And that, like,
exactly.
When I was younger and sweaty and like I wanted to do the hardcore of, you know, the highest skill of, it's really difficult games with complex maneuvers like Unreal Tournament and Quake 3, etc.
Yep, same.
Now, I don't have time for that. I want to be able to log on, understand the principle of the game and not feel like I'm just going to get absolutely dicked because I decide I have to work and support my family or whatever.
Exactly, I'm the same.
And
you just want to get down and play and get down with it and just sit there. Fuck the tutorials. Where's the gun? Yeah. I just want to get in there and shoot some people and enjoy my 2 hours. Yeah. I don't want to look at the tutorials and stuff. We got no time for that shit.
Yeah, and I think Call of Duty to some degree has got a lot better at that. Fortnite are certainly getting better at it, and I think we're going to see a whole breed of games that will levitate towards that. And what they look like at the moment, I have no idea. And that's why the single player markets like Sony, with their really good story-driven games, do so well because it is,
Sony is doing really well, and they're still I think they're technically still number one top-selling console.
Yeah, apparently the game sales are down, but they're selling more consoles at the moment. But I guess that I reckon there's correlation between that and the release of Harry Potter or something. There always is with one of these big old titles.
Yeah, I think Harry Potter. I mean, obviously Harry Potter's slaying it right now with the game sales and the popularity, but it's also funny, like with the controversy surrounding the game, has just given it even more popularity. So even though people are saying like backlash and J.K. Rowling, you've actually helped the cause. Like you've actually filled her pockets even more. Because like if you think about it right now, if we look at game sale titles right now across the board, I bet you $50 right now, Hogwarts Legacy is probably number one selling game right now around the world. Like it will be the most popular game right now.
Yeah, whether or not it's a game of the year, I'm hoping for the new Final Fantasy is going to blow people's minds because I'm really looking forward to that. The most recent. I
haven't played a Final Fantasy game in such a long time since PS1 days.
Yeah, well, the last one. So we had Final Fantasy remake, and then before that we had Final Fantasy 14, which was good, and the first step towards big open world. But this is taking a step back towards Final Fantasy 6, from my understanding. But obviously gearing it up, and it just looks so cool. You can I think you can turn into a summon and have these huge godlike massive fights, and it just look amazing. So I'm very, very excited for that. But there we have it.
The game that I'm really excited for is Redfall at the moment, which is coming up May 1st.
Yeah, I have a horrible feeling that Redfall is not going to be the game that people think it is. What I want in my mind is a live service, Left 4 Dead, that's got regular updates, new games. Play with my own.
Well, it's going to be online. It's going to be online even when you're a single player. So obviously they're going to be doing that. So, I like the concept that you're on this island and it's shunned away from the rest of the world. So it's eternal darkness, like that movie and comic book 30 Days a Night, where those vampires are on Antarctica. Oh, that was a great movie. No, that would have been a great video game too. So I like that concept. I like the characters. I hope they actually add more characters to it where you can choose multiple characters. Yeah. But I saw that and I thought, okay, Bethesda, you got my interest here. Please don't drop the ball. And I hope it doesn't get delayed because it's already on the Xbox. You can pre-download it. So that's my only thing I'm worried about is it gets delayed by a month or two. And last year when Xbox were doing, I think it was this year, sorry. Late last year when they were announcing all these games that we were mentioning will be released next year. So they hopefully they release them within the year. But yeah, it looks really good. And I'm like you. I mean, I love multiplayer games, but I love a good game where I can hang out with just me and my buddies, and we discover a world, and we loot shooter, getting stuff, finding new stuff that we can find resources, and this as the story unfolds. So that's really cool. That really interests me more than just run and gun lately. So I had so much fun with Generation Zero last year. It was the same thing, run and gun, but they added so much new story modes and bits and pieces to the game, and it really intrigued me. It was really good. Yeah, so I'm enjoying that.
There aren't enough looter shooters at the moment. After Borderlands, I haven't really, and I wasn't really enamored by that one.
Yeah, I was never a huge Borderlands fan, but something that's more adult-like to me, with good weapons, good story, something where I can sink my teeth into, no pun intended. Get me hooked. Get me hooked on a story. Get me something hooked where it's unfolding in front of me as we progress. Like something like that is really good.
Yeah, I just want, for me, I say I want replayability.
Of course,
is, fun and other bits and pieces. But anyway, I think that's pretty much it for this week's podcasty goodness. So thank you for listening, everyone. This has been the Basic Blokes podcast. I'm Dom, and of course, joined by the...
I'm Eric.
And I hope you have enjoyed it.
Yes, we hope we enjoyed our very first podcast, and I hope we didn't bore you to tears. Please come back for the next one, and we'll be here weekly, and take care, everybody. We love you all, you basic bitches. I meant basic blokes.